Welcome back to another tabletop review. Today we'll look at the Walther PPQ M2 Navy 9mm semi-automatic pistol. I've stated in other videos that I believe that the Walther firearms are underappreciated and undermarketed in the United States. While there are a lot of reviews out there on the Walther PPQ M2 and the PPQ M2 Navy, it would be hard-pressed to find all that much negative being said about this gun. On the contrary, most reviews give it high praise. Yet somehow, it just doesn't seem to get much of a spotlight in the U.S. No doubt we live in a remarkable age of abundance of good handgun choices. Really, there's just a lot of good stuff out there. It's almost overwhelming. Walther just seems to get drowned out in all the noise. The Walther PPQ M2 Navy is a good example of a gun that should be getting a lot more consideration than it seems to. I mean, in Germany, the PPQ is a special forces sidearm, and the PPQ Navy is further modified for improved performance in extreme wet conditions. In addition to meeting and actually exceeding expectations in all the critical measures, the PPQ M2 Navy is reasonably priced. Yet in the U.S., I don't think it gets the attention it deserves, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's make sure this gun is cleared. Well, let's begin with what led me to purchase the Walther PPQ M2 Navy. Like some of you, I have a wish list of firearms I'd like to acquire. I'm always learning and looking. On my list for some time has been a general wish for a 9mm suppressor-ready handgun. I have several suppressor-ready 22s and I really like them. They're a ball to take to the range. I thought that a 9mm would be the next level. What I thought would be a great choice would be a SIG 320 Tac Cops, but it seemed like a lot of money. I was leaning toward just buying a threaded barrel for my Beretta FS92. Exploring what handgun options were available brought the Walther PPQ M2 Navy into view. What I hadn't expected was how absolutely perfect this gun is. Okay, I know no gun is really perfect, and I know that it's a polymer frame gun and I'm not usually a big fan of plastic, but this gun is just that good. When I compare the Walther PPQ M2 Navy to any other suppressor-ready 9mm handgun options out there, the choice was fairly easy. My PPQ came in a nice hard plastic case. There was a 15-round magazine and also an extended 17-round magazine with mine. There were 3 size back straps provided. There was a speed loader for the magazines. Lock was provided, and also other paperwork, including the target that was used to sight the gun in at the factory at 15 meters. Founded by Karl Walther in 1886, the Walther Company is a German weapons manufacturer and a subsidiary of the PW Group. Walther started out as a rifle and air gun manufacturer. Walther has manufactured firearms and air guns at its facility in Germany for more than 100 years. Well known as the manufacturer of the famous PPK of 007 spy movie fame, in 1997 Walther produced the P99, a polymer pistol that actually replaced Bond's PPK for a time. With excellent ergonomics, well-established reliability, and the ambidextrous controls, Walther had succeeded with the P99 to easily surpass the Glock benchmark. Springboarding off the success of the P99, Walther made advancements and further improvements, especially to the trigger, and the release of the PPQ, Police Pistol Quick Defense, in 2011. The PPQ's trigger is just plain awesome. The M2 was introduced in 2013 by Walther's new Walther's Arms Incorporated, Fort Smith, Arizona, and includes the magazine thumb release rather than a magazine lever under the trigger guard. By the way, the PPQ and PPQ M2 magazines are not compatible. Finally, the PPQ M2 Navy was released in 2014. In addition to the threaded barrel, what makes the Navy different is Walther's modifications that allow for the firearm's operation in and near water. A non-standard hole in the striker channel ensures sufficient water displacement if the weapon becomes completely flooded with water. Hydraulic resistance is offset by means of a stronger striker spring. In addition, special guides reduce the hydraulic resistance when the striker moves forward. In other words, the Navy can be reliably fired underwater. The only other gun I'm aware of with this ability is the SIG P226 Mark 25, the military version of which is used by the U.S. Marines. And the PPQ Navy has a Tenifer finish applied to the barrel and slide. Tenifer is one of the most corrosion wear resistant finishes you could ask for in a production pistol. Along with its threaded muzzle, the PPQ M2 Navy is one of the most advanced, durable, modern tactical sidearms available, yet still priced at about $600. This Walther PPQ is 9mm, but it's also available in 40 Smith & Wesson, and there's also a Q5 match grade. Magazine capacity is 15 plus 1, or with the extended magazine 17 plus 1. Sights are 3-dot low-profile polymer. The rear sight is adjustable for windage. Steel sights are also available. Barrel length is 4.6 inches on the threaded barrel. Tenifer finish, as we mentioned earlier, on the barrel and the slide. Overall length is 7.8 inches with the threaded barrel. Width is 1.3 inches. Height is 5.3 inches. The frame is polymer with the Picatinny rail. Cross-directional textured tactical grips, very nice. Side release is long and it's ambidextrous. Serrations on both the front and the rear of the slide. The mag release can be easily reversed. There is a loaded chamber indicator. For demonstration purposes, I've loaded a dummy round into the chamber just to show you that little red indicator right here for the loaded chamber indicator. Trigger pull is about 5.6 pounds. Travel is about 0.4 inches. And the reset is about 0.1 inch. Demonstrating trigger pull, take up is very smooth, short, good crisp. Reset. Very, very nice. Unloaded weight is 21.7 ounces and the loaded weight is about 24.5 ounces. My range experiences with the Walther PPQ M2 Navy have been very rewarding. This gun is just so comfortable to shoot. It's also very accurate for a polymer pistol thanks to some degree to the excellent trigger and nearly perfect ergonomics. Maintaining a tight spread at 15 yards takes very little effort, even during rapid fire. The PPQ has cycled through a variety of 9mm ammo without any problems. This gun actually does very, very well on the range with just anything I feed into it. The addition of my rugged Obsidian 9mm suppressor has made a perfect match for the PPQ, with the exception that the diameter of the suppressor blocks the PPQ's stock sights. Because Trijicon high-definition night sights are taller, they might be a good future upgrade for this gun. Nonetheless, the PPQ has functioned flawlessly operationally, and sighting down the suppressor, I can still maintain a fairly good target acquisition and retention. What can I say? It's just very, very cool. As for cons, you can tell that I really like this gun, so it was difficult to come up with what I would consider to be real cons about it. Personally, I'd like less air around the sight picture with these sights. This gun has such great accuracy, these combat style sights just don't do it justice. And while I'm on the subject, why would a suppressor-ready 9mm handgun have such low sights? Since the PPQ M2 Navy came out in 2014, there have been only a few reports of problems with failure to cycle and failure to eject. One of the things I've learned is that Walther specifically suggests changing out the springs after about 5,000 rounds. Perhaps one of the more obvious drawbacks of the PPQ Navy is the less than abundant aftermarket customizing options available. For some, that could be an issue. One thing to think about is your intended use. For me, even though it's considered a compact, it's a little too big to carry. But I feel the same about the Glock 19, which is actually a wee bit smaller than the PPQ. Finally, you do need to pay attention to the threaded protector. it can loosen up under use. This is just a common problem with threaded barrels and threaded projectors and adapters and suppressors. As for pros, to be honest, I feel like I've already gone on and on about the pros of this gun. It's proven to be highly reliable. Its accuracy is undeniable. Its durability is just plain remarkable. I can't say enough about the trigger. Although this gun is striker fired, somehow Walther has engineered the trigger to feel more like a hammer fired pistol. It is indeed excellent, and it's one of the PPQ's major attributes that sets it apart from all the others. Trust me on this. Also, I noticed that the PPQ has a large trigger guard which would easily allow for gloved hand use. It's probably the best pistol I have for that purpose. In addition, I think it looks great and has to be one of the most comfortable compact size pistols to shoot. I think Walther has demonstrated exceptional engineering and design capabilities in the creation of the PPQ Navy, and at an affordable price. What more could you ask for? I consider the PPQ to be one of the great all-around guns, and perhaps the best home defense gun with a suppressor attached. Just think about that for a moment. I also should mention again that the PPQ M2 is available without the threaded barrel, and an aftermarket non-threaded barrels are also available. Disassembly of the Walther PPQ is fairly simple. We're just going to remove the magazine. We're going to make sure that it's unloaded again. Remove the thread protector. Dry fire the pistol. Then we're going to pull down on these tabs on either side, a little bit like a Glock disassembly. Allows us to remove it from the frame. We have an encapsulated spring, and we have the barrel. Comes out easily, and that's it. Reassembly is the reverse of what we did for disassembly. Returning the barrel. Going to return that spring. Return the thread protector. And there we go. Suggested retail on the PPQ M2 Navy is about $599, but I've seen a number of sales at close to $500. That's an excellent value as far as I can tell. I've seen used ones available for about $425. If you can find that sale, that's pretty good. Okay, so I'd like better sights, but obviously I like the Walther PPQ M2 Navy. If there are guns out there to which I can make a comparison, the Glock 19 and the SIG P226 Navy come to mind. Great guns. Perhaps even better would be the SIG 320 TAC Ops. Although a bit more money, the SIG 320 comes with 4 21-round magazines and has much better sights for the suppressor-ready pistol. But the ergonomics and the ultra-smooth, quick defense trigger of the PPQ really just puts it into a class of its own in my opinion. While it may not be perfect, it's darn close. Whether we're talking about accuracy, reliability, durability, capacity, or just how the gun looks, for a compact polymer pistol, the PPQ is simply outstanding. Do this, try one out at a range, and let me know what this gun does for your confidence. My bet is that you'll be smiling before you've emptied your first magazine. Of course, my selection of the PPQ M2 Navy originally had to do with its threaded barrel and great price. I was just hoping to get a good host gun. What I got was beyond my expectations. Personally, I'm very pleased. Any weapon you carry is better than one you left at home. Thanks for watching. Hope you'll be back for my next tabletop review. Until next time, stay safe.